The restaurant was buzzing with clinking glasses, low laughter, and the hum of conversations. Daniel, a young single dad working double shifts as a waiter, hurried from table to table, balancing trays with practiced ease. His dark circles hinted at sleepless nights, but the tired smile he wore was genuine, because every tip he earned meant more groceries, more stability, and a little more hope for his 6-year-old daughter, Lily. That night the pressure was heavier than usual. The owner had whispered that a billionaire CEO, Amelia Rhodes, the woman whose face often graced financial magazines, was dining in their restaurant. Everyone knew the stakes. One wrong move, and Daniel could lose the job he desperately needed. As he approached her table, Daniel's hands trembled just slightly. He balanced a bottle of expensive red wine and leaned in to pour when disaster struck. The stem of the glass tipped, his wrist faltered, and in slow motion, deep crimson wine splashed across Amelia Rhodes's ivory silk blouse. The restaurant froze. Gasps rippled through the air. Daniel's stomach sank and heat rushed to his face. His mind spun with the image of Lily waiting at home with her worn-out teddy bear, asking if they'd have pancakes tomorrow. Oh God, I'm so sorry, ma'am," Daniel stammered, reaching for napkins with shaking hands. "Please, I'll pay for the dry cleaning or the blouse, whatever it takes. Please don't call the manager. I can't lose this job." Everyone waited for Amelia's sharp response. A billionaire CEO wasn't the type to tolerate mistakes. Her expression was unreadable as she glanced at her ruined blouse, then back at Daniel's pale, frightened face. But then, instead of anger, her lips curved into something unexpected. A smile. "Relax," she said softly, her voice cutting through the silence. "It's just fabric. I've ruined far more expensive things in boardrooms." The tension broke, but Amelia didn't stop there. She studied Daniel for a moment, noticing the worry etched into his features, the desperation in his apology. "You look like a man carrying more than a tray of wine," she said. "What's your story?" Daniel blinked, caught off guard. No one ever asked. Still trembling, he admitted, "I'm a single dad. My little girl's everything. I work nights here, mornings at a cafe. Just trying to keep us afloat." Amelia leaned back, her eyes softening. The billionaire CEO who once built empires from skyscrapers was now listening to a waiter bare his soul in a crowded restaurant. Without warning, she waved the manager over, not to complain, but to request something shocking. "This man's table is now under my bill, and give him the night off after this shift. I'd like to meet his daughter." The entire staff froze again. Daniel thought he had misheard, but Amelia meant it. The next evening, she arrived with a small gift bag and asked to be introduced to Lily. The little girl peeked shyly from behind her father, clutching her teddy. Amelia knelt down, her expensive heels clicking softly on the worn floor, and handed Lily a beautifully illustrated storybook. "Your dad is a hero, you know," Amelia said gently. "Not everyone works this hard out of love." Daniel stood speechless, his throat tight. For the first time in years, he felt truly seen. Not as a clumsy waiter, not as a struggling single parent, but as a father fighting with everything he had. The moment didn't just change Daniel. It changed everyone watching. That night, the restaurant staff whispered not about spilled wine or ruined blouses, but about kindness, humility, and how sometimes the richest person in the room isn't measured by money at all. And for Daniel, holding his daughter's hand as she giggled over her new book, the weight on his shoulders felt just a little lighter, because one act of compassion had turned a night of disaster into a memory they would never forget.